Chris, we had a new study come out this week in the BMJ that we wrote about in Time magazine, which showed that at the start of hunting season in the United States, there is an increase in overall gun injuries. It happens in two places. The first is hunting injuries. That's not surprising. But the second thing, which is more surprising, is that there's an increase in gun injuries not related to hunting. So things like suicide, domestic violence, which to me, I think to us, is a more surprising finding.
Here was our idea. If we just looked at what happened to firearm incidents in a single state in a single hunting season, it's hard to learn too much about what's going on. But if we were to look at a bunch of states over a number of years, we can start to get a sense of some of the patterns here. So what we did was we combined firearm incidents across 10 states over 4 years, looking at what happened just around the beginning of hunting season when hunters are getting out their firearms, maintaining them, cleaning them, taking them out to go hunting. And we compared that to the number of firearm incidents in the time period surrounding the beginning of hunting season when guns are kind of less common in the community.
I think that the two take-home findings are, just to give you some numbers, if you look at gun injuries related to hunting, they go up by about 500%. So it's very large and not surprising. What's more surprising to me, though, is that if you look at things like suicide, domestic violence, defensive use, those things on average go up by about 12%. And for some of those categories, they go up by even more. So again, it's this interesting finding where this increase in the availability and access to firearms at the start of hunting season seems to correspond not just to increase in hunting related gun injuries, but non-hunting gun injuries as well.
And all of this begs the question, what should we do about all of this? You know, something like 11 million Americans go hunting every year. It's a really big pastime for folks. And a lot of hunters take firearm safety really seriously. So it seems like if the rest of the community, while guns are more out and about, we're taking firearm safety as seriously as most hunters do, maybe we could avoid some of these incidents.
I think that's right. And the other sort of takeaway from this study for me is that there is this interest and debate about the relationship between the availability of firearms and things like violent crime. And it's hard to study because what you really need is this period where there's a sharp change in the availability of firearms. And in this particular case, we have that because that's what happens at the start of hunting season. So it allows us to study this question of what happens when there is this influx in accessibility or availability of firearms.